Yes, good day, my dear viewer. I'm Pastor Richard, your instructor, and today we are going to have a look at a very interesting project. Always, I want you to learn how to design projects like this. Yeah, this is how the project look like, and we are going to move step by step and come up with a very nice structure like this. And this is a twin house, 2-bedroom house, and I can say it's a 2-unit house. So I'm going to open a blank space. This is this, and then I perform drawing on this. So let me select the layer wall because I'm going to start by drawing a wall. If we are to look at our plan, the length of the building is 16.29 meter by 8.36 meter. So in order to start this drawing, we can start by drawing this line. But I'm going to make it, I'm going to concentrate on one side since it is a twin house. I can decide to produce only one side, then this one here will just mirror. So I'm going to start by typing line and you press enter. AutoCAD will realize that you are ready to draw a line. So now the point I will click, that will be the first point of the line. I prefer to make my auto on, so I put it on. So I can type 16 meter, 16,000 millimeter, and I press enter. And then I can type also 10 meter for this side. I'm going to, instead of typing 8.36 meter, I'm going to type 10 meter. So we come on this, I will type 10,000 millimeter. Let's press enter and enter. So this is my 10,000 millimeter. Now we have to create this room. And then this room from internal to internal is 3,500 millimeter. So internal to internal is 3,500 millimeter. So what we shall do is first to offset line to get the thickness of this wall, which is 230 millimeter. Yeah, so when we come here, we first select offset, then we type the offset distance, 230, we press enter, then we can offset. We know this external wall is also 230. AutoCAD is still ready to continue with offsetting 230. We also offset 230. Then the distance between this internal wall to internal wall here is 3,500 millimeter. So we type O, which is offset, we press enter, then we type the offset distance 3,500 and we press enter. AutoCAD will realize that is good now to offset 3,500. Then you select the line and you offset on the direction you want the line to be offset. So I right click and I select enter. I've terminated that command. Then this thickness, this wall thickness is 150 millimeter. So what I will do is I type O. AutoCAD will realize that I want to offset. I press enter. Then I type the distance 150. That is the distance to offset. Then I press enter. Then I select I offset in the direction I want to offset. Now let's see the living room. The living room, what is the size of the living room? Here, the living room is 4,150. So we can do the living room. So we can escape. Then I type O, press enter, and I type the offset distance, which is 4,150. Then I press enter. AutoCAD is ready now to offset 4,150. So when I select this line, I offset it in the direction I want it to move. So it has gone there. Then we see the thickness of the wall here. The thickness of the wall here is 230. This is the party wall. Dividing the two family is 230. So what we do, we go and produce this wall. This is 230. So we can select offset, or we type O and enter. And we have selected offset. AutoCAD is ready to offset that. Now we type the offset distance 230. Enter. We offset 230. After offsetting this 230, then we see from here this way is the size of the bedroom and the size of the sitting room. Let's see on the original form. We have 3,830. That is the size of the bedroom here. So we can offset this 3,830. 3,830. So we offset that 3,830. So we select offset, take the offset this down 3,830. So we press enter, select this, and we see the thickness of the wall. Then we select offset again. Okay, our thickness of the wall is 150. So we select offset, then we type 150. Then we see the size of this room, which is 3,920. So we offset now 3,930. Offset 3,930. And we offset this. We know that the external wall here is 230, so we can type O, and we type the offset distance 230. We press N. So we are supposed to offset this. Offset this time. Press Enter. Then you offset the thickness of the wall. And yeah, we are almost done with one side of the unit, but still there is this is the sitting room, this bedroom, there's a toilet here. We have to create that. So we go and look at the size of the toilet here, which is 1,000 millimeter. The normal size is 1.2, but for this case it's only 1,000 millimeter. So we can create that one, 1,000 millimeter. So we can create 1,000 millimeter here for the bath. For the offset, and select offset. We type the offset distance 1,000 millimeter. We hit enter and we offset. This is now the toilet. So still we can offset the thickness of this wall, which is 150. And we have put the thickness of that wall. But there are several lines here which we need to trim them and clean. So we type PR, enter. PR AutoCAD, we realize that you want to trim. So now we can select the trimming line and we right click and we trim this off. And we can still repeat trim. Then what we do, we select the trim line, then we right click and we trim all this at once. Right click and enter. So now we are finished trimming this. Well, maybe for the sake of you understanding more clearly how trim works, I can include it. So when you select trim, you can type TR, then you hit enter. After hitting enter, then AutoCAD will be ready to trim. You can, now what you will do, you can right click, and after right clicking, you can now begin to trim. You can trim. You can trim. You can trim. This is a one simple way of doing trim. So I can now enter to tell AutoCAD that I've finished doing that command. This line, so this line is not there. You can just select and then we use delete key from the keyboard. So this is exactly how it looks like, but this line is not there, so we can trim this line. Right, we trim this line, and now select, and then press delete key from the keyboard. So this is exactly how our plan looks like. So when we go to our original, we can look at it and we see it's exactly how it looks like. But we have a wardrobe here, we have a wardrobe here, and then And then, yeah, those are what we have. So we can do cleaning around here now to trim around so that we can come up with exactly look like this. So we go back to our drawing, then we select trim, we right click, then we now trim this, we trim this, and we move here, we trim this, we zoom, we trim this, we zoom, we trim this, you zoom, you trim this, you zoom around using the wheel of your mouse. Trim this, trim this, trim this, you trim this, and then you move around, you trim this, is not necessary. Trim this, you trim this, is not necessary. You trim this, you trim this, then you come and also clean this one here and clean this one here. We clean this, and we clean this, we clean this. Now, what is almost, yeah, we have done with trimming all, except here, and still trim. We right click, we enter to tell AutoCAD that we have cleared the one. With trimming, we need to create another command. So now we're going to create the doors and the window openings. So let's see the size of our is also 1.2. So all our windows are 1.2 meter. So now we can create them comfortably. So when we go back to our drawing, create our windows. We select 9, and now the midpoint is not active. So we have to set it. We set it to show us the midpoint here. It will help us a lot. So you come down here. And you right click this. Then you go to a snap setting. Then you go to object snap. You see midpoint is not selected. So you select midpoint. After selecting midpoint, you also select perpendicular. It will help you somewhere. Then you hit OK. So it means we have set. Now AutoCAD will now see midpoint. You see it can now show you the midpoint. So let's pick all the midpoint in order for us to create the window opening. Let's pick the midpoint on. So the line command is still working. Repeat line. Pick from the midpoint, then this one also in the midpoint. Then but this is a bit tricky because we should have created the door first, then we get the midpoint of this one. But nevertheless, first let's leave it like that. So that one will help us to create all the windows around. This is 600. So now we shall offset it both sides. 1,000 to 600 to create 1,200. So I select offset and I type 600 enter. So I offset it both sides. So for this one from here to here is 1.2, which is the size we want. So this one also 600, 600, 600, 600. And this is also 600, 600. So now this one here is only 300 millimeter outside, so it will create 600 millimeters. So we select offset. Then we press enter. Press right click, select offset, and you type the offset this time with 300. Enter. Then right click and enter to terminate the command. Now this one here you cannot trim them. You can select and press the delete key. You select and press the delete key. Select and press the delete key. Select and press the delete key. We are going to trim all this in order to create our door opening. No, the window opening. So we select trim. We right click, then we trim this, we trim this, we trim this, we trim this. There is okay. So now, after trimming that, we're going to create a door opening here. Door opening here, door opening here. Then a door opening here. A door opening here. Extern is hidden here. When you select extern, the trim will be hidden. So now we have selected extend. We are going to extend this line up here. You right click and you extend. Then you also extend this, Right click, you hit enter. So we are going to trim around here to look exactly what we want. So now we can select trim. It is hidden. You right click and you trim this. Trim this. You trim this. You trim this. You trim this. You trim this. And this. Now it's exactly what we want. You have the door here, the door this way, then the wardrobe here. But still we have to clean around here. We select trim, we right click, and we trim this one here, trim this one. Right click. You can undo from here. When you right click, trim this one here, trim this one here, trim this one. And trim this. So is so far now good. Good. We have to stop here. We shall continue from here next time. Thank you.